What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you with fantasy news today. We got the Friday crew in here, and we got a lot of news. So sit back. Let's get ready to smoke it up. We got Bogard Scott free in the building, repping the GMM Network.
Yes, give me money.
And always in the building on Fridays, we got our man TD repping FantasyGoodeSports. What up, bruh?
What up, bros? Let's go. Let's get this fantasy football championship news out here, guys, because it's crunch time. It's time to get these lineups right. It's time we provide y'all with this great news. Listen, let's go get these fantasy championships. Let's go.
Let's shout out. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to shout out my man Josh Allen, the Stallion, for not stinking up the joint and showing up for the kid last night.
Oh, yeah. David in the building. What up, bro? Second Take Extra in the building. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And he said, how about them Cowboys? And
yes, sir.
And you know what, TD? You know what, TD? I got a surprise for you. Everybody, check this out.
I mean, I really didn't expect much this Thanksgiving, you know. I mean, the Raiders were struggling, you know what I'm saying? John Gruden, Ruggs, obviously that's far more serious. I forgot the other dude. Doesn't matter. Raiders been going through a lot. But somehow, some way, on a Thanksgiving holiday, when you expect things to be miserable, turns out all you gotta do is run into the Cowboys and they'll make your day.
I love it. Listen, I told you this game didn't matter. We didn't have Amari. That never been because I believe Pat Mahomes, if he lose Travis Kelce and all that, he would struggle. But anyway, Dak never been no like Tom Brady where he could take average guys. But if he has a good run game. So listen, Tony Pollard, I've been telling y'all about Zeke all year. I love Zeke, but listen, he's a little bit over the hill. We just figure things out. That loss is nothing. We need to focus on the division. That's all I care about. I don't care about no outside of the games. Because listen, I done won 13 games before, and then we get our ass whooped in the first round. You know we coming in the playoffs when we ready to play, and we got our offensive line. Y'all, you know what it is. So that's all I'm focusing on is getting to the playoffs, winning the division, winning the playoffs. And we good. We ain't worried about none of the extra.
Hey, you know what was crazy? What was crazy is like the certain coaches that had COVID. I'm not making an excuse for the Cowboys, but this is one thing I want to point out is that one of the coaches that had the COVID too was their line coach, and the assistant took over that duty. And bro, like, why every series they had a different combination of linemen? That shit was stupid.
These damn assistant pimps out here, they need to stick to their job.
You know what I mean? He came from a long line of assistant pimps. You know what I mean?
And David said, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I'm very thankful you had me keep Tony Jones on my bench. Great call. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Tony Jones fucked up every single one of my fucking my super draft pros, man. It was too I projected it too juicy.
But listen, this is how I tell guys this in fantasy. Listen, man, I don't never worry about my record or results like that. Tony Jones, if you didn't have no running back and you needed to find a guy on your flex and you played Tony Jones, how's that the wrong play?
Exactly.
Now, if you set one of your bell cow guys for him, then that's terrible. But if you didn't have nobody to play, you got a guy on a bye or something like that, then there's nothing wrong with playing Tony Jones in the flex. You had no other nothing else better. At least the guy did start and get how many touches from Hustler? Was it 14?
I don't know. It wasn't enough for him. He needed more. I'm not gonna defend Tony.
He got a lot of touches. He did that.
He did what I said that he was gonna do, but I didn't take my own advice in a couple spots. On Super Draft Pro, I started him because it was way too juicy at the 4.5 multiplier. I was like, damn, if he gets one touchdown, that's like 4.5 touchdowns.
Yeah. I put him in the champion. Like, at least he's going to catch some balls. Like, but you know what's funny is like, what do we even know about Tony Jones?
That he's a bum, that he's only crushed the Jaguars in the preseason.
And that his claim to fame, not only that preseason game against the Jags, but his claim to fame is that they let go of Latavius Murray because they had him.
So that's what I mean. Put Taysom Hill in. If you want to win, put Taysom Hill in.
I don't get why they didn't do
That's
that.
what I
either.
wanted
That
to
was
tweet, but
crazy.
I ain't want to start it up. I'm telling you, they need Taysom Hill. He got a little bit more spaz. He probably could have got Tony Jones out in some open lanes. I think he was hurt. I think he got an ankle injury. I think when he comes back, listen, guys, I'm telling you now, this is stash Taysom Hill. He will be starting on this team eventually before this year is over. He might be starting for you in the playoffs. So stash him right now.
Simeon's no bueno.
I think this is the last straw. That's 3 straight they dropped now.
Yeah, let's not even waste any more time on the Saints right now. I'm kind of pissed off at them right now. And JC Money, what up? What up? I'm an island boy. Antonio, what up? And who else? Anthony up in the building. What up? What up? And Life in Sports Talk with Jake said, what up? Took the gamble on Hawk. Paid off.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, you got that tutty.
Let's get into some other fallout real quick from yesterday's games. So 2 guys of these 3 here avoided major injury. Deandre Swift, he's considered day-to-day. They're calling his injury a shoulder sprain. And then Darren Waller suffered a strained IT band in his knee after the MRI. So they're both day-to-day. We don't even know if any of them are going to miss time as of right now. Just something that we got to follow up on. But Trey White for the Bills suffered a torn ACL, done for the season.
Hit the music.
Yeah.
Hit the music. Lonely. So you won't be lonely. And I'm gonna miss everybody. I'm gonna miss everybody.
Oh, buddy, no,
I'm gonna miss everybody.
Hey, you look like Flesh Bone.
He had a little bit of sharper beard though. It kind of came down like real sinister like, you know what I mean? And he had the hair, he had the wig, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to check out some of Flesh Bone stuff on BET Uncut.
Okay. Hey, listen, I fuck with Bone Thugs, bro. I grew up on Bone Thugs.
Yep.
You know what's dope about them is they came out on the West Coast, like, and they had one of the, they had like someone who's like the other Dr. Dre in the hood, you know what I mean, making their beats, Easy guy. You know what I'm saying? And so they the Bone Thugs I grew up on had a West Coast sound, like, but they were just spitting some shit I never heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they led
in harmony, bro.
So David P comments on Patreon, and he said alternating the lineman was dumb. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I mean, listen, you would think a line coach knows how to take care of a line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's taking care of some other lines. That's all I'm going to say. But so for Trey White, man, that's fucking huge for the Bills. I mean, we're talking about him being one. I mean, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the league, a guy who can shut down pretty much any wide receiver.
He hit you with the whiteout, bro.
Yeah.
You're erased on paper. You look at the scout report, they're like, where's the receiver at?
He good. He ain't shutting down.
Yeah, he is.
100%. No.
Not 100% because he's still aggressive.
He top 5. He top 5.
Shit, out of all the cornerbacks in the league, if you're top 5 anything in the NFL, because we're not talking fantasy, we're talking NFL.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
I agree. But
White,
but he ain't Darrell Reeves and Champ Bailey. He's not. You know what I'm saying? When you call
I'm talking about right now in the NFL. Right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, back
then you could jam them up.
I seen James Wright get 8 before. I didn't see those guys they didn't get 8 in their career.
But back then, you could jam them up all day.
Darrell Reeves played in the 5-yard rule.
He did play a lot of off coverage. You're right. I'll give you that.
I'm not saying he's Revis. I'm not saying he's Revis Island. Okay. But if there's like a little half a notch behind that, I mean, if there's a little tick behind that's where he's at. I mean,
is he a Hall of Famer?
I mean, I think he's gonna.
If he wins one, that's gonna tremendously help his. See, here's the thing: is like how many All Pros does he have? Like every year, right?
I think he got like 2. I think he got 2.
Okay, but he's only been around 4 years, 5 years,
6 years,
6 now. Okay, yeah, he is on his second contract. You're right.
Yeah,
because he did have the extension.
He's a good player. I ain't get it. I'm not trying. He's a good player.
They kept him.
Like when you say elite, like when I say elite corners, I just hold him to a high standard.
What about Stephon Gilmore?
I mean, the only years he didn't get all pro were his first and second year in the league.
Better than Tre'Davious White.
That's who Buffalo moved on from. They're like, we got Trey White. We can let Stephon Gilmore.
And New England turned them out into yeah. So who you think better, Hustler, Tre'Davious White or Stephon Gilmore?
Shit, I mean, probably right now. I mean, I'm saying Trey White as of now.
Right now.
Okay.
If we're talking about their entire career, I mean, I got to give it to Stephon Gilmore. But which cornerback would I want on my team right now as the number one? Trey White. I mean, obviously minus the torn ACL.
You know what? I'm more scared of
this year. Yeah, he probably is the top 1 or 2 corner in the whole league.
Yeah,
here's his awards that he's gotten since college. So 2015, second team All SEC. 2016, first team All SEC, and then consensus All American in 2016.
Nice.
And then NFL receptions co-leader in 2019, and he was first team All Pro that year, second team All Pro in 2020.
Okay, so he got two All Pros, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
first and second year. So he's been in the. I mean, this is going to be his 5th year in the league. Probably not getting it this year because he tore his ACL.
And one of the reasons I bring up Stephon Gilmore is because I love Stephon Gilmore's technique. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Stephon Gilmore is one of the best. You know what I mean?
He got better when he went to New England.
Exactly, because they refined him.
Yeah,
for
sure.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Tre'Davious White's one of those guys. He took leaps and bounds. You know what I mean? I mean, look, he was All Pro after the first year. He was in there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like people still test him too. It's not like he's one of the like Jalen Ramsey after he made a name, people won't even throw his way. You know what I mean? Like so you don't even know how good he is anymore. Like you know what I mean?
But how many years did it take to get Darrelle Revis to that level where he was Revis Island?
Only 2 years, I think, Hustler. That was one of my favorite players.
2009.
Year he started putting people on Revis Island. Because that's when not Gene, but what's the guy that got into it? His
Rex?
Bill Belichick. What's the guy that got into it? Bill Belichick.
Parcells?
No, he told on Bill. Bill got him a job, and he told Bill not to spy on him, and Bill spied on him, and he reported it to the media. What's that? He's on TV. He's on sports TV.
I don't know.
Oh, hold on. He's a Lombardi, bro. Mike Lombardi.
No, No? This is the defense.
Oh no, he didn't tell him.
We're not. Were we talking about Rex Ryan?
No, he was the head coach.
Yeah, I already said it. Yeah, because he ain't
the Jets. I'm sorry, of the Jets. He was the head coach for a little bit. And that's when Darrelle Revis was like picked up, and he was the defensive coordinator for Bill Belichick, and then he went to the Jets. He drafted a corner, which was Darrelle Revis as number 4 or maybe.
It wasn't. I can't remember. See, I have no fandom at all for the Jets. I don't know their fucking coaches outside of like Rex Ryan, who was like very polarizing. So everyone knows him.
And Rex Ryan was he was the coach when Revis was there.
Yeah,
but he came right after him. He got fired, and then Rex came.
Oh, Todd Bowles?
Not Todd Bowles. It was right before Todd Bowles. I'm sorry.
Antonio
because when Todd Bowles was there, they brought Revis back. Because they let Revis go and he went over to New England 2014.
Eric Mangini.
Yeah,
there it is.
There we go. Second take extra on it. Oh, and look at second take extra's profile picture. TD. Keeping that up there for you. Oh, wait. I fucked up. I forgot to do it on the bigger one. Hold on. Here we go. There we go, where it's nice and big for you.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
That's funny.
All right. Let's see. Yep. All right. Second take extra was on
snitch.
Yep. Yeah, but listen, it's just like this.
He probably got caught doing something and then snitched on. It's probably what happened.
Well, who else is doing it?
Yeah, well,
it was the classic Kobe. It was the classic Kobe.
He said, "Don't spy and don't look at my calls," and he did it anyway. So he's like, "Man, who the hell are you to tell?" Like Bill's like, "Don't tell me what to do." And so
I've been doing this since you were in Pampers, kid.
There you go. That's what happened.
And quick announcement for anyone who's on my channel. So for Black Friday, we're kind of changing the rules for the super chat. So normally it's a $5 super chat or higher that gets you an entry into the Darius Leonard signed jersey giveaway. Now any super chat, whether it's $1, whether it's $2, whatever it is, any super chat is going to get you an entry. So just keep that in mind. Doesn't matter if it's $1 or $2. and your question's going to get answered, or whatever you say is going to get bumped up right away.
I'm fucking loaded.
Listen, Itch. Did you see what I did there? Boom. And Second Take Extra said, TD, you got 16 likes right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, guys. Keep going. Keep it going. And also, listen, guys, go on to Super Draft Pro and look. I'm gonna put my link in the description. Go ahead and do it, Hustler.
The link's already in the description right now, but I'll put the link in the chat.
Yes, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. Yep, in the chat, guys. And listen, guys, you can just sign up for free and just experience the game for a couple nights. And trust me, you're gonna want to get one of these subscriptions because you're gonna be getting 4 free games every night, depending on what sport. It depends on what's like the big main event for that day. If it's football, it's usually gonna be football. So yeah, guys, make sure you go sign up to show support to the channel. You can sign up for free. You ain't got to spend any money. But listen, if you love fantasy football, you probably gonna at least want to sign up for the $25 tier. And it's
$20.
$20. I'm sorry, the $20 tier. Yep. Now all these guys, we got it. Like guys, if you're watching any of these guys on their network, listen, go sign up. I'm telling you, this is cutting edge. We at the beginning of something. So if you come in now, guys, you're probably gonna be grandfather clause into a lot of stuff that they spend on like expanding and doing a lot of extra stuff. So this Hustler, he knows a little bit more about this than I do.
Yeah, you guys go get in on it. It is so fun. I was talking about it before the show. I'm on the $100 tier. We get 4 contests per day. Yesterday, they split it up between all the games. We had 8 contests yesterday. Like it was ridiculous. So just within this month, and we still got, 5 more days to go.
Oh yeah, and fuck you, Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah, we knew we shouldn't have played.
I hit on him last week.
Yeah,
shouldn't have ride. I know better than to ride that wave twice.
So I've already won. So I've already won $175. And I mean, this is my first month playing. I already know every single month this is going to keep going up and up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Island boy. Said Super Draft is legit.
Yes, sir.
So fun.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
sir.
Yes, Island approved.
Everyone who plays on Super Draft Pro, because I know there's a bunch who are watching right now, just throw it in the comments. What do you think? Is it a thumbs up? It's a thumbs down. Give a little comment about Super Draft Pro.
Guys, I got a lot of giveaways that I got, especially for Christmas. Guys who have signed up, I got a lot of things coming for you. I just want to shout that out for you. Got a lot of things.
Oh yeah. And he said, but I have to roll with the free ones. Hey, don't worry. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Yeah, fuck it. If it's free, it's for me.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. We got a bunch of news that we got to get to now. And let's start with the Titans. A.J. Brown, Jeremy McNichols already ruled out for Sunday's game.
Wow.
Who we playing? We playing the Westbrook Ekine, or however the hell we say his name. We playing
Westbrook Akina.
Yeah, Dontrell Hilliard. You guys getting him in there in any of your lineups?
I just thought of an ignorant ass name.
Upside.
Hold on. Dontrell Hillman. Is it Dontrell
Hilliard? Hilliard.
Yeah. I mean, I like him. I guess Foreman again. I like the pass catching running back. They give up like the third most. Maybe even actually probably went down. They probably give up the fourth most because they didn't give up shit at the Falcons. But the New England Patriots defense gives up hella receptions to the pass catching running back. Should be a negative game script. Everybody's out, so whoever's catching the ball might be like a solid start in deeper leagues at least. Westbrook Akina, I'm not fucking with whoever's going to be considered the one.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's going to be
that's a good secondary.
It's going to be bad. What about you, TD? I know you're the 0 RB guy. Hilliard, the guy you picking up and playing?
Yes, that's the only person that I'm playing. I'm not trying to get cute and playing none of those receivers or anything and counting on. Listen, one of them might hit, but I'm not going to get cute and try to figure out which one going to hit. So, only person that I'm picking up off this team is Hilliard. I probably might even sit Tannehill this week and play somebody else if I have a really good backup quarterback.
Dang, and Rendon said, "Shiz boys, I have Swift and Waller." Damn, man. Sorry, bro. That sucks on a Thursday.
Man, and you know what's crazy is that there's a Yahoo league I'm in. Everyone locks up at 10 in the morning Sunday. This particular league doesn't it's not like your players are don't lock up till their specific game starts, right? So the Thursday games, you can pick those players up willy-nilly, you know what I mean? And like, Jamal Williams and Fonsa Moreau immediately was getting swooped. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? Because these are guys like they plug and play. That's a role on those teams that eats in fantasy. You know what I mean? When there's no Waller, Moreau's gonna eat, right?
Yeah.
Waller probably be out for a cool minute too.
Maybe he's been
That's
banged up.
And I was telling guys that, it ain't got nothing to do with like zero tight end or nothing. But I'm not trusting Travis Kelce this year, even though he's done what he's doing. I'm not trusting.
It's the first round.
Yes, I'm not doing that because it's so volatile. Then listen, 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, but I feel like he's a little older. You're not going to use him up in the regular season like that anymore. You need him for the playoffs run. They're about championships in Kansas City. So why would I be trying to get a tight end in the first round when the position is so volatile? I feel like if you can get a top 10 guy and stream him, it's the best way going forward in fantasy. That's just my 2 cents. Y'all might feel different, but I respect that. But I'm not drafting no tight end unless it's like a tight end who's going to be played like a receiver, which is Kyle Pitts. That's the only guy I invested in because I just like the way that he's going to be targeted going forward. That's just me.
These past 2 years, and I guess it depends on who it is, but these past 2 years, I was all in on Kelce. And I will tell you that I wasn't wrong. Anybody who picked Kelce in the first round definitely was not wrong. I mean, he's had 2 or 3 bad games. We could go down the list of every running back drafted in the first round. Anyone not named Jonathan Taylor was not a better pick, than Kelce. But who knows how long that's going to carry on. And he did have, he already had his 2 bad games. Last year, he only had 1 bad game. But we'll see. It looks like he's got his bye this week. But I'm just predicting a huge playoff push either way, from them. Like they got to make their push to claim the first seed and make sure they're going for that first seed. And they finally look like they got things turned around. So
what are they at? 500 right now?
No,
they're above 500. They're 6.
I just think Hunter.
They're 7-4. They're
7-4. Okay, they won the last 5. They won they won 4 out of the last 5. Yeah.
Patriots got the streak, the biggest streak right now with 5. But yeah, so right now it's the Titans in first, and then Chiefs, Bills, and Patriots all tied at 7-4. I mean, Bills already played, but yep. And then Ravens at 7-3. That's the tops of the divisions right now.
Hey, New England about to it's crazy because Vrabel, if he beats, I think he's undefeated against Belichick, but this might be that one, bro, where he finally catches that L against him. Because he's played him in 2018, beat him. Oh, but then he did he beat Vrabel in the playoff? No, he didn't beat Vrabel beat him in the playoffs too. Oh shit. Vrabel is 4-0 against him, I think.
I mean, shit, but he's had Derrick Henry for all 4 of those games, though, right? Yeah, now that's the asterisk that Bill Belichick already has going for him. He's like, no Derrick Henry, he's fucked. There's no game. I mean, there's no game planning for Derrick Henry because you just can't, when he runs over someone that he's not supposed to run over and just, takes it to the house for 80 yards. Can't really game plan against that. All right. Jordan Howard out on Sunday. Maybe Miles Sanders gets a little bit more efficient with his touches. We shall see. But the big out for the week is Antonio Brown for the Bucs. He's the only one ruled out as of now. Devin White, Evans, Vita Vea, all questionable as of now. And they said the next 48 hours are making or breaking everything for those guys. How about we get to some better news, though? Corduroy pimping out there at practice again. I think he's trending in the right direction. I think
he's still limited.
He's still limited, yeah. So he's still got the questionable tag. Deion Jones, same thing, limited, got the questionable tag. I think he's gonna play though.
Playing the Jags, you can tear them up through the air.
That's how it is. Yep, if he plays, I'm playing him.
Hell yeah. He's not a guy that you sit. You just can't.
Yeah.
Yep. And for the Bears, they came out talking about Justin Fields. No timetable for his return. Hasn't been throwing or anything just yet. But
they're winning with that now. They're winning with Dalton. And now here's dumbass Nagy. He started getting all these. He's probably taking his little small victories. Like I told you, I wasn't going to get fired. And now he's like, now we're going to win, get to the playoffs. Like, he's an idiot. He believes these things.
oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, for the Packers, no Aaron Rodgers. Okay. They said he's going to play. I mean,
I believe
he's
it.
been doing his yoga. You know, I mean, that's probably what he's been doing.
I've seen him with a sprained MCL play and a sprained ankle, a high ankle sprain. He was out there in the shotgun, NFC Championship type shit. Like, you know what's crazy is like there's only one bye week team, so they got to get out there. These are crucial, especially after taking an L.
I've been hearing stuff that it's supposedly a very similar injury to what Derrick Henry has.
Oh no!
But he's a quarterback, so it's a little different, right?
Yeah, because he does. I mean, you know, for a quarterback, if he's not going to be super mobile, he can move around. But yeah, like Derrick Henry planting and cutting off of that, like hell no, like that's not something that he can do. But immobile Rodgers.
So hopefully the run game gets strong. Hopefully that's AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones if both of them play.
Aaron Jones practicing for the third straight day. I mean, I think he's going to get back out there. When he first went the day after he got injured, they said that it was a week or two timetable on his return. And I think we were just all like, he's probably just going to miss those 2 weeks, you know, no matter what, because they got the bye week. It just makes sense. But they need to win every fucking game that they can if they're really going to shoot for that number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because they're 1 game behind the Cardinals as of now, and then you got the Cowboys at 7-4 losing, and then you got the Bucks though right at 7-3. So I mean, they lose and the Bucks win, they're already tied up with them. And if the Cardinals win, Cardinals are on bye, so they're either way. Yeah, Packers need to win. This is one thing I like though about only the 1 bye team, like per conference. It's really going to make players like. I mean, they really got to kick ass all the way through week 18.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Still not playing fantasy in week 18, though, but daily fantasy is still going to be fun.
Yep.
Hopping.
All right. I know JT's happy today because Quentin Nelson is practicing.
Yep.
So he's out there practicing, already looking good for him playing on Sunday. We didn't know how severe it was. They never really told us. They just said that he was day to day.
You said it was like a re-aggravation of like an earlier ankle sprain. Because remember, he had the ankle sprain.
Yeah, he was out.
Yep, he probably be getting surgery again in the offseason.
Yeah, because he had the foots. Yeah, he broke the foot. Then he followed up, had a little bit of ankle sprain, and then this is just an aggravation of that sprain, I guess. Sprain, it just means like slightly torn too. You know what I mean? That's what people don't really realize that shit.
Yeah, and I mean, they got the Bucks. So, I mean, either way, tough-ass game for them. But if they win somehow and the Titans lose, I mean, then they're – what would they be at that point? Just one game behind them? So 2 games behind them as of right now in the division. They got a winning record. They're 6-5. What up, Midnight? Said, good afternoon, fellas. How was Thanksgiving yesterday? My Thanksgiving was good. How about your guys's?
It was solid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I grew up fatty. You know what I'm saying? Got faded. You know what I mean? Post up with the fam. Shit went down.
How about you, TD?
Just solid. Same old. Wasn't nothing special.
Woke up this morning, did it all again because I had hella leftovers, bruh.
Yeah.
Did it all again. I do it all. That's probably why I'm so sluggish right now. It's that goddamn tryptophan that be in the turkey. You know what I mean? But you got to heat it up. That's how you activate it. You feel me? Like that shit's in milk too. That's why we try to put a kid to sleep, they try to give him a warm glass of milk. You know what I mean? Some science shit, B.
All right, let's see. Okay, for the Steelers, TJ Watt, full go. Joe Hayden's questionable. Eric Ebron is out. The Steelers defense, if TJ Watt's not there, it just doesn't go. That's just how it works.
Yep.
Him coming back, whoever's on the other side of the ball is in trouble. And who do they play? They play the Bengals this week. So Joe Burrow, he's in trouble.
Yes, he is.
Firemouth is a solid ass play. They've been giving up a ton of receptions all year to to the tight end position the Bengals defense have. You know what I mean? Waller looked like Waller last week. I think he went like 7 for 110 or something like that. And then, no Ebron means like, just Ebron, get the fuck out of here, bro. Over here's snaking around. One catch for it is for a touchdown. Get the fuck out of here. Your frying pan hands. Surprised he even caught that thing.
Damn Eric Ebron. Let's see. And Anthony, good looking on the super chat, bro. He said, should there be a trade deadline in a dynasty league? I had a plan on rebuilding my team. Super chat, extra entries into the Darius Leonard contest. Hell yeah, bro. So there you go. So you got 10 of them right there.
Yeah. And there should be a trade deadline, and then it opens right back up after the championship. You know what I mean? And then the trade deadline should be like a week or two before the playoffs start, because you don't want nobody trading within the playoffs. That's crazy.
Okay.
So you have somebody who's desperate to win, and they're just going to sell out right then and there to get, and give you everything that you want, picks instead, and they get your fucking, your veteran players that would help them right now. You know what I mean? Like in mid playoffs, you don't want that.
Okay, here's how I do it for dynasty leagues, because I don't believe in the trade deadline. You guys tell me what you think, because you both are in Hustler Dynasty League, so here's going to be something you're learning right now if you don't know. So there's no trade deadline, but once it gets to the playoffs, a playoff team cannot trade with a non-playoff team.
Oh, okay, I like that.
So only playoff teams can trade. That's it. Well, I mean, non-playoff teams, they can trade with whoever they want, amongst the.
I don't like the segregation, though, thing you got going there.
Well, every week.
The non-playoff teams.
Every week, those non-playoff teams grow. As soon as you get knocked out of the playoffs, now you're free to make trades. But yeah, and it's really just for, like you said, you don't want like someone like buying up everybody they can, just to make a playoff push.
Championship.
So, yeah. And so nobody in the playoffs, I don't think that they're really going to be
LeBron.
Yeah.
Just buy it.
Unless they think that they're playing with house money, I don't see anybody who's in the playoffs like trading off assets that could get them a championship, because, I mean, either way, I'd rather win a championship right now than any year in the future, because the future is not guaranteed.
Like I would give up all my first round picks, everything, to get something that is going to guarantee me the title now. And I'd be like, yep, I'm in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that would be the mode I'm in. See, I don't want that option for me, though, because then that gets also because I know the fantasy guys, not only do they not like arrogance, they don't like greed either. They punish these things. You know what I mean? So as long as I can stay in the confines of some type of rules, then I won't be tempted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. As of right now, you're in 10th place at 4-7. So I don't know if the temptation's even going to end up being an issue for you.
I'm going 7-7, and I'm the wild card. And everybody, watch out.
And then 2 spots above you is TD at 5-6. Looks like he's
me and TD's going to the chip.
I'm ready. And you know what? J-Match. I'm getting my face back this week. I said what I said. He know what it is. He know what it is.
There we go.
Everything coming around.
Oh, he playing the MacTown?
Yeah, I'm playing him. And he talked shit last time he beat me, but he only beat me by like 40 points. And you know his team. He got killers. But AJ Brown, it don't look good with him. Calvin really ain't coming back. Jalen Hurts, he hot now. So and I got Cam. I got I think I got Move playing. I think I got AJ Dillon.
All on me.
Yep. So
I like the way this sounds, and I hope you take him down, because right now
I'm trying to.
At least for me in the season. So he's at 8-3. We got Bernie Mac at 8-3. We got he's Shooter McGavin, and then Roy McAvoy at 7-4. I'm Shane Falco at 7-4. Mm-hmm. We got Stu, who's the longest yard, at 7-4, and then Jackie Moon at 6-5. That's the last playoff team, and then MSU Screaming Eagles TJ at 6-5 also, and then it kicks in TD. And then the great Hambino, who's JC Money Design.
If I could win out, I'm not that far behind motherfuckers, but also I need a hell of help from people up top to get to 7-5, some 7-5s.
Uh-oh. I just noticed I'm playing you this week, and I'm projected to beat you by more than 100 points.
I'm just trying to play my week 1 opponent again.
I got Stephon Diggs, and I got Dak.
Yeah. So you already went crazy on me.
And Jordan Poyer, who got that interception. Bogart, this one's for you.
Daddy can't listen. Don't like that juju.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
I'm gonna remember this moment. I'm gonna remember this moment, and I'm gonna bring it up when I'm triumphant.
I'm just having fun with you, and I'm only projected to beat you because you haven't set your lineup. Really, that's what it is. Well, and then I have Austin Eckler also. Like that helps definitely.
I mean, I got Najee. Who's Najee? You got the Bengals. Okay.
I need Russell Wilson to do something with DK this week. Damn.
Listen, bro, if there's a matchup, I've been telling myself this because I want to. When you get upset with a player, this place my $500 keeper league. You know what I mean? So like, it tends to make decisions for itself. But this one, I was tempted to start Mooney and then just because I like that matchup. Then I didn't do that. You know what I mean? So Mooney put up dub, and I'm like, man, I would have loved that because DK hadn't done that in a minute. And then I keep telling myself, you know what? This is the matchup. This is the get right matchup.
Yep.
It's gotta be.
The places that I have DK, I don't have the luxury of like having someone anywhere close in the stratosphere to him. So I'm not gonna sit him for like a wide receiver 4 or something like that. I'm just not gonna do it. But I'm just all you can do is hope and pray at this point because it's all about Russell and his finger. All right, and
it's ironic because if I saw Russ. I haven't seen him when I went to one of them home games. But speaking of Russ and his finger, I always give Russ the finger. This is like ultimate karma. You know what I mean? Fuck Russ.
And the Colombian on Twitch, so he's talking about Pollard and said, where is it? From last night, what can we take from Pollard from what we saw? And I think he's going to be getting more snaps. I forget who.
Zeke was hurt too.
His bone bruise in his knee. They said that. I forget what reporter said that they may be limiting Zeke a little bit because of the bone bruise just while during this whole little stretch. They don't need him getting hurt worse. I mean, it's playoff or bust.
Listen, let's remove the touchdown, the run back for the touchdown, right? You remove that, he still had a great day, and this is what that matchup was, though. This is how everyone eats against the Raiders defense. The running backs eat. You know what I mean? So, there's that. But the rest of the schedule is kind of soft, too, against the run. You know what I mean? They want to make a stretch and get Zeke right. If he ain't right, they got a 10-day rest right here. You know what I mean? It's the little mini bye week. This is the first time in hella years, too, that slick-ass Uncle Jerry didn't play the Thursday night game. Then the next week was Thursday, Thanksgiving. That's usually how he gets his boys set up. You know what I mean? This is the first time we've seen them on a short week to play things because they play Thanksgiving every year, right? But this is the first time in a long time they played on a short week. You know what I'm saying? So I think Zeke, he'll get back. You know what I mean? It's only a bone bruise. He probably gets back, and we're chasing this with Pollard. Just remember, he's a flex at best. It was just a big game, and there's other circumstances why it contributed to it.
And TD, tell me if I'm wrong about this, but Zeke's still going to be the goal line back. I mean, I remember seeing one of those big plays where Pollard got him all the way down the field, and then Zeke ended him from the 1.
Yeah, he's going to get the patty cake touchdowns. But what happened, and I'm waiting to see it, it's going to be a clutch time where we got to win, and they're going to take Zeke, and he's going to have a fit. They're going to take him off and put Tony Pollard in, and he's going to have a fit.
When you got to go fast.
But one thing I got to give to Zeke, his blocking ability in the pass game is impeccable. Mm-hmm. It's impeccable. So it's almost like having a tight end out there. So he's going to still have some value just because he's getting paid what he's getting paid, and he's going to get patty cake touchdowns. Like every time.
I also want to point out what you said too, TD. You said something too, TD. You was like, with our star receivers out, expect Pollard more. Yes. You know what I mean? So when they get everybody back, I'm just pointing out all these variables because I'm not going to jump out and say he's like, a high end RB2 or anything like that. He's still RB3 to me. You know what I mean? He's a flex guy.
I think he's an RB2 now. I do think he's an RB2.
I mean, 12. If he could
get, he's Kareem Hunt or better value.
Kareem Hunt getting Kareem Hunt gets like 15 touches though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's what Paul is going to get.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Because, this is I can't really argue when it's a team that does want to run a lot. You know what I mean? And we've seen it because in fantasy, the receivers take a little bit of hit because they're on positive game scripts. They're not having to throw the ball no more. They haven't, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And having that defense, you can't have that defense on the field a lot. So they need a real to run the ball and control the clock. You know what I mean? And I will say that rotating the motherfucking lineman was stupid. And you know what I mean? Like with someone pulling when he should have been, blocking. Like it was just, it was a mess that first half.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go ahead.
Second Take Extra said the Eagles have a chance to win the division if they beat the Cowboys week 18.
That means, but see, you got to live in the world that the Eagles win out too. They win out. Because that's the only way it's going to happen for them. Because they still got Washington twice. They got the Giants twice, right?
I mean, they're 2 games behind as of right now, but they still have their bye week. So if the Cowboys fuck around and lose again on the Eagles bye week,
that's right. Their bye week's coming up next week.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not going to say that the
Eagles can't drop one. They can't drop one right here to the Giants because the Giants. No. What's funny too is they just fired Jason Garrett, so there's going to be like some extra oomph in this shit. Like what's the difference between from trying and triumph? It's just a little oomph, you know what I mean? And they finna have that because you know what I mean. You know how it is. Like look at the Raiders; they got rid of their coach. You're like, fuck this, we about to win some games again. You know what I mean? Sometimes it happens like that.
Eagles win this game, it brings them to 6-6, and then it puts them a game and a half back. They lose this game, puts them to 5-7, then they're 2.5 games back. So I would say if they win this week, then they could probably even drop one, depending on what the Cowboys do in their bye week. But yeah, they pretty much got to win out the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this. Antonio said if the Eagles win the NFC East, I give the Hustler $100. I like it. Eagles for the win. Give me money.
Yes,
let's go.
I like that. That's just out of nowhere, petty kind of like I'll pay you $100. That also means like he doesn't believe that at all. You know what I mean? That the Eagles won't do it. I mean, here's what's crazy, man.
I don't think anybody believes right now. If we could go down and ask 1,000 people this, I mean, we're probably going to get 999 who are saying that's going to be.
I'm probably the only one that'll say it right now, just because it's more fun to say it right now because the variables are there. Like that, they just beat the Saints, where everyone thought they were going to lose the Saints. That's their first home win of the year, right? And they got the run game going. Their line is healthy-ish. Right, and then their defense is coming together.
They only play NFC East teams like from now on. Well, minus
the Jets
and the Jets. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
the team that you would love to play at this point of the season.
Everybody out there, go pick up the Eagles defense so you can play them now against Danny Dumbass. Oh no, but then they have the bye week next week. But still, though, if you got room, hold on to that motherfucker because then you play Zach Wilson. He's throwing hella picks.
No, it's not.
TDs.
Yeah, it's not next week though.
So it's week 14.
Week 14. They got 2 more
playoffs. That's playoffs.
Well, no, week 15 for a lot of teams.
Okay.
Unless you plan like the Scott Fish Bowl or something like that, which I did already. I checked into that. So week 13 is when stuff starts within the conference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I really tried not to pick any players that had a week 13 or 14 bye, and a lot of people did not do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor in week 14 in the Scott Fish Bowl. Can you imagine?
Do you know what they get? Did you know what they're doing though? They're giving him his average.
What do you mean?
So
for real?
Yes, that's what they said. I remember this. This was all over Twitter and YouTube.
Oh, that's hella bum.
They said that all those players that's gonna buy doing that for the Scott Fish Bowl, they're gonna give them their average. So if they averaging 20 points a game, you get 20 points.
That's weak.
That's some nerf ass bum ass shit. Why the fuck would you nerf it? Be a real fantasy gladiator, bro. If it's week that you don't have your shield, bro, you better learn how to block a sword that week. You know what I mean?
I hate my fantasy life, but I really want to start a big tournament. And I think if we did something like that we could do something just as good. It might not have 2,000 people, but I just don't like all the.
But there should be something for real money, like like a $250 buy-in type of shit. You feel me? Like something like
if we did something together, it'd be more than 2,000.
Yeah,
you feel me?
People they want to play us. I know my sisters want to play me bad,
and I keep it 100. We get like putting it together. We get paid to do that. You know what I mean? People want. I'm serious. Like I know.
This was a hit. Yeah, this would be a huge.
This for real hitters right here. Motherfuckers trying to make money.
Yeah.
Because then we could pay out tiers and all that shit.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out, because even the best ball tournament that I put together kind of last second. I mean, well, not even last second, but I didn't promote it for that long. I got 100 whatever. We got 10 divisions. Yeah, 120 people in pretty quick.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Going into next year, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Antonio said that sounds like BS. I never even heard that shit. I never even heard it until now. So I just thought I was going to teach you something about it, and you just taught me something about it. Like, damn, now it's some bullshit. Fucking Jonathan Taylor owners getting his average.
That's what people said, too. They was like, ooh, if you get Jonathan Taylor, you'll be able to get to take his average. And if he's doing like 30 points a game, you get to use that. I remember people saying that. I was like, okay. I just wasn't worried about it.
Lucky he did bad in the beginning. I mean, that at least that brings it down a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bastard.
Man, that don't even matter, bro. His average about to be crazy.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's also the average compared to the curve of motherfuckers, right? Your average Jonathan Taylor points is better than 60% of everybody else's starting running backs. Because if you don't have Eckler or Taylor or help me out here, even Mixon, Gibson, Chubb, you know what I mean, Zeke, James Robinson, then there's a big ass drop off already. You know what I mean? A Harris, Swift. I forgot to mention guys like that. They're in the mix. There is like a legit 12. Then it drops down.
Yep.
Even Aaron Jones hasn't really been handling. You know what I mean? Dalvin Cook, forgot to throw his name out there. Even him, he's had some, kind of if the games where if he doesn't get the touchdown, he's bad. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that pisses me off. But either way, I like my team. I like my team. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. All right, and then let me see what else we got here. Baker Mayfield practicing again for the second straight day in full, so he's going to be good to go. Darius Slay for the Eagles, he's good to go. Cleared concussion protocol, all good in the hood. Oh, forgot to mention this earlier. CD Lamb is supposed to practice on Sunday, so that's in anticipation of Thursday's game, since he just missed clearing concussion protocol. And Corey Davis returning to practice, should be available this Sunday. Logan Thomas and Curtis Samuel both practicing. What do you guys think about Curtis Samuel? That's someone I know he was dropped in an insane amount of leagues.
Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting because Because when he played in Scott Turner's system, the system that they were all together with this same regime, back in Carolina, they used him as a deep threat. You know what I mean? So he's going to be the guy number 2 to McLaurin. You know what I'm saying? Even though Curtis Samuel, he got the gadget shit as well. He's a gadget guy, but
didn't they still use him out of the backfield a little bit?
Yeah, like I said,
he's going to be DeAndre Carter. He's going to be the DeAndre Carter role.
Yeah, I was just about to say that because someone like DeAndre Carter is already scoring touchdowns because he goes unaccounted for. Yep. And Curtis Samuel, the reason that they have to wait to get him all around is because he got breakaway speed. He runs a 4.4. You know what I mean? 4.3. You know what's funny is I say 4.4 now because it's been like 4 or 5 years he's been in the league. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give him the 4.3 no more. You know what I mean? Like Sammy Watkins ran a 4.2. You know what I mean? Now he probably runs a 4.4 and then he did his hamstring breaks.
4.5.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if he tries to run that 4.2, that's when shit starts popping.
That's why Tyreek Hill's so amazing still. You know what I mean? Because those quick twitch muscles, you know what I mean? Those are the ones that get those ones get strained the fastest, and he's real tight.
Yeah, Tyreek is young. He's still young too.
Yeah. Okay,
what up, Bill? What up, Bill? Said thankful for the good vibes all you guys bring to the football table. Hell yeah! And we're gonna be, and don't forget, we're gonna be covering more than football. So don't tap out after the football fantasy season because we got a bunch more coming, and we're covering football all the way through the Super Bowl too.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're covering football all year long. To be honest with you, like, if shit
yeah.
pops up that we need to cover, we're finna.
Yeah, because I feel like the fantasy news today, I feel like we need to keep, not every single day, obviously, but maybe that's a once a week show or something like that, at least where we bring whatever news, we hear for that week or something.
Oh, okay, so hold on. I just finished my thought on Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
He was a gadget guy coming out. He came from Ohio, right? He's one of them gadget guys that, the Swiss Army knife. But then, mainly they used him as a field stretcher. You know what I'm saying? And then it was Joe Brady who really unlocked him the next year. You know what I'm saying? The 2020 year where he's using them all over the place. You know what I mean? But I don't care. I don't care if they use him. That's just a bonus. I just want him to be that second guy for McLaurin because McLaurin gets a lot of attention. And Heineke has no quarrels with throwing that shit down the field, bro. He takes shots. With, and when his guys cover, he's going to give the guy a fucking chance. You know what I mean? And Curtis Samuel's going to see a lot of single coverage. So I like the idea of him. I was still on him. It just sucks that he got hurt. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers couldn't hold on to him. You know what I mean? I was mad I couldn't reacquire him in some spots. He was floating around everywhere.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And Jeff, what up? Said, have we discussed Waller? Yeah. We don't know the severity of his injury other than it's a sprained IT band in his knee. So he avoided major injury. They didn't even give too much info on like a timetable or even if he has to miss time in general. So it's probably the best kind of outcome that we could hope to hear for, at least as of right now. That's for sure. Coop Eagle, we did talk about AJ Brown. He is out this week. So throw him in your IR spot. Hopefully you have one. But yeah, pivot now. All right. And Bill said, how would you guys rate Rodgers, Wilson, and Carr rest of the season? Is Russell going to cook rest of the season? I'm going Rodgers, Wilson, and Carr. Even with Rodgers' busted up toe, I still put him above Wilson and his busted finger as of right now.
And just, even with Russ's return, he's throwing the ball like 40 times still. Like Derek Carr, he could throw 40 times like he did yesterday and only have one touchdown. And the good thing, because the overtime, he goes over 3 bills passing. You know what I mean? Like Derek Carr is so hit or miss to me. Like I just don't really. He's a reality QB. He's not like somebody for fantasy purposes. Look, that's why only one person would eat over there really when it was Waller. You know what I mean? And like yesterday, bravo if anybody that started Deshaun Jackson, bravo to you. You know what I mean? But 4 catches for over 100, and because that's what Carr is good for, is taking the big shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So for the Ravens, Marquise Brown officially questionable for Sunday's game. Something we got to be monitoring pretty much all the way up, probably until game time. I mean, he's a Sunday night game, so that's the thing that kind of sucks. Hopefully, we hear some news. Gives us a heads up.
And if he don't play, man, you might be able to pivot to like a Devin Duvernay if there's no one else out there. Just maybe swoop him up, and if you're gonna weight it down, because I don't think Hollywood Brown plays for real, bro.
Shit, pick up Curtis Samuel right now. Like that's awesome pivot on Monday night.
I mean, because I was gonna say too, that you're at risk for re-aggravation. It's a calf injury. We see the calf's been keeping out motherfuckers for weeks.
Yeah,
and he's a burner.
Hell yeah,
he needs that.
Yep. And then for the Giants, Tony Shepard not practicing. Neither one of them.
Hey yo, fuck Kadarius Toney. I'm just saying it because I have him in one league, and I'm like, yo, I kind of need you right now, man. Every time I throw you in my lineup, you're getting hurt.
Yeah, for redraft, I think he's droppable. For dynasty, I mean, if you got him in dynasty, you're probably playing him either way. I mean, unless your team's really shallow. But because everywhere I have him, I got to play him. My options besides him are really bad. But yeah, redraft, I'm just cutting bait. I don't even want to deal with the headache. And Kosher on Patreon, what up? Said, hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. If you celebrate, we did. And this is Amy, and said, would you guys drop Ty Johnson for Jamal Williams next week? I have Carter and Swift both out. And she said, good call on Mooney. Woo woo. And this is standard league, she said.
Yeah, I'll get Jamal Williams because at least like he'll get you. He's always going to threaten like 100 all-purpose yards because he's going to get things through the air and the ground. So look at him in standard, have a solid 10-point floor is just something you want. You know what I mean? Like That's to start things off, right? It's a nice floor and standard.
Yeah. And Wale said, should I be worried as the Swift owner? So funny that we're talking about that. Go get Jamal Williams for sure. Get Jamal Williams. He avoided major injury, but he still may miss a game. They didn't really give a timetable.
Yeah, and then you might as well shut him down. You know what I mean? Because like they have why would you do that? He's basically the face of the franchise on that offense. You know what I mean? So that's what we're scared of the most. Because, you know what I mean? And then also, what's the other guy, man? Jefferson? What's the dude's name, man?
Which who?
There's another running back there.
Jamal Williams?
Nah, the other guy. Like the third string guy, like Jefferson or something like that.
Oh, yeah, Jared. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Jamar Jefferson. One of the two.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a Goomba Wale over there. A Goomba.
See
the Goon.
Yeah, no. What's his name? I just call him the Goon, right? But yeah, they got my boy the Goon over there, but he's more Jamal Williams like, so he's not going to see the field like that. This other guy's going to get some work too if there's no Swift. Like it might be annoying to throw into some Jamal Williams. You know what I mean? Because this guy might get some work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Westbrook. What the hell's his last name? Westbrooky Kine.
Westbrook IKEA is what I call him. Affordable furniture, but shitty.
There we go. Spot started Breida feeling good. Also started CJ Wilson on Thursday's game. Should I bench Collins for 10 wide receiver that had 100 last week? Huh. That last part kind of confused me.
You know what's funny? You could say you could cut off the last part and say, should I bench Alex Collins? Yes.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, yo, I mean, it's not even good volume.
Not at all.
No. He's
all
like,
right.
You're putting 4 or 5 points in your lineup for real.
Yep. All right, here we go. Kareem Hunt and Jack Conklin, they're expected to be activated off of IR in time for the Ravens game.
I love it. You know what? You know why they got up for this game? Because it's divisional. You know what I mean? You got it. You're sitting above 500, but you're in last place in your division. Everyone's getting up for this game.
Yeah, and really, I mean, even at the bottom of the totem pole in the North, they're still only 1.5 games out of first right now.
You feel me?
Yeah, this game's huge. You guys, is Kareem Hunt just someone we playing no matter what? He plays, we play him?
Probably.
Yeah, it just depends on what you got.
What are you gonna tell me? You're gonna be like, should I play? You know what I mean? Like
Miles Sanders instead of Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like I'm probably that's a different case. I'm playing Sanders. You know what I mean? Sanders already got 16 carries. I don't give a fuck if he fumbled. There's no Jordan Howard. This guy's gonna get like another 16 carries at least at minimum. You know what I mean? And you sprinkle in some targets. Right, so maybe that's the cutoff. There it is. Because the one thing I worry about Kareem Hunt is like, is he going to play 40% of the snaps instead of like, you know, I mean, shit, I don't have he hasn't been a thing in so long. I don't even know his snap count average, but I'm sure like it was close to Hunt. You know what I mean? To Chubb. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
now maybe the split isn't as massive the first game back, but. He's the guy too. Say you don't have Hunt in there, you get to the end of that second quarter, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get Hunt out there. He's a change of pace, like you know, even if he just plays an important series, like, or even just you know what they've been doing. What was annoying as a Chubb owner everywhere is when Kareem Hunt was healthy, they would have him in there most of the once they get into the red, they get into the red zone. I'm like, God damn it, you know what I mean? Because he's such a threat either way, through the air, on the ground. You know what I mean? Have him out there as a receiver. He'd be out there with Chubb too. Like they both flanked out. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So that's the last piece of news. Go ahead. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and leave them in there. We don't, I'm not really going to be going backwards too much. So sorry if I got to make you put your question back in there.
And I want to say, now that Thanksgiving's done, you know what I'm saying? It's official start of Christmas season. You know what I'm saying? Just want to put that out there.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited. Put the tree up today.
I'm definitely going to be doing. We're going to do at least one movie episode where we're not going to talk fantasy football at all. We're literally just going to talk movies, and that's going to be it. And we'll have we'll just do our Christmas movie episode. We'll figure out what day works for everyone. We'll try to get a panel of like all the guys who we collab with, you know, just on shit, and we'll talk Christmas movies.
Elf is hella funny too.
My wife loves it. I don't like Will Ferrell. Like I'm just not.
I know you don't. We've actually had this conversation before. That's why I was like, I want to bring up something with Will Ferrell.
But I could get down with Elf. Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Hey, he was sipping syrup in there, bro. They had him leaning.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers. That's awesome. Oh, here's one for you, Bogey. Before we get into any questions, all right, Die Hard Christmas movie? Yes or no?
You know, I told you I go back and forth on this all the time because people make a great case. I always just considered it a Christmas movie, but at the same time, it's only because the motherfucker says Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? You just know it's Christmas. It's not a Christmas movie where you're not finna tell me Santa Claus. Like you look at the Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen, right? You can't be like, oh, that's not a Christmas movie. It's about You know what I mean? You can't be like, whoa, it's a case of a psychological case. A guy who thinks he's Santa Claus. Shut the fuck up. It's a Christmas movie, right? Die Hard kind of dances around that line. You know what I mean?
And Amy on Patreon said Hanukkah next week too. There we go. You have to keep me in the loop about that because I don't know too many people who celebrate Hanukkah, but I do remember watching Even Stevens way back in the day with Shia LaBeouf, and that was like my intro to like Hanukkah, you know.
Or even, my intro to Hanukkah was from Rugrats, bro, because they were Jewish.
Okay, there we go.
It's kind of crazy because when I look at all the things I grew up watching, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the Jewish people basically raised me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, and you know what's funny? It'll be all Jewish actors and they're doing like Christmas episode because like they're playing, like, you know, like Family Matters. Like they're all Jewish. You know what I mean? Outside of like, you know, Uncle Jesse. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I went straight to Full House, didn't I?
Yeah.
That shit was one of the ones. We all watched Full House, bro.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Nobody could lie about that either.
No. Even Growing Pains, they're all Jewish.
Yeah, Growing Pains.
But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You got to do Christmas episodes because there's a market for that, right? But so growing up in my exposure to Hanukkah was through Rugrats, right? And they got a gift. They said they get a gift every day, bro. How many days in Hanukkah? Like 9 of them?
8.
8? Bro, you get a gift every day, man. That's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Christmas, you get the one day where you get 8 of them.
So Bogard, you got a bunch of kids. Have you ever seen Sid the Science Kid?
No, but shout out to Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah.
So this kid, he's a genius because his family celebrates Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa.
Oh, that's dope. they're tricultured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's winning just on all levels.
Yeah. So he's monopolizing the gift game. You know what I mean? He's, you know what I mean? All presents.
Yep. And Antonio said, I remember the Rugrats Hanukkah episode. There we go.
Right. Hey, it was funny because the parents, the grandparents, they were hella traditional Jewish. Like what is it called? Do they call it kosher?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy? I grew up with a kid like that. You know what I'm saying? And like he was like a fish out of water though, because you know what I'm saying? Like there's not too many Jewish people in northern Cali except for like in the city. You know what I mean? Like in Frisco. Like you know what was crazy? We used to be in Hollywood back in the days, all days trying to get a record deal. You know what I mean? Just partying in Hollywood, and you just see a rabbi just walking down the street, bro, all day. I'm like, oh shit, they really out here like that. You know what I mean? I mean,
nice.
Also, if you think about it, they you know what I mean? They all the execs, everything, bro, Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Seinfeld. I didn't realize how much Jewish people raised me. It was kind of having an ephany right here on live.
Well, I mean, it's all through Hollywood. You know, most of the actors there.
Hollywood raised me.
I can't say most, but yeah, I mean, a lot of the money there. You know. Just Jewish money. So yeah, definitely a lot of influence on our lives because we all watched a lot of TV, probably way too much.
Fuck yeah.
JC Money, what up, bro? Good looking on the super chat. Getting you for the double entries. So, yeah, you just got 10 entries into the Darius Leonard signed jersey giveaway.
Hey, JC Money has a beard that will rival any rabbi's beard.
There we go. And then we got, would you trade a 2022 second for Miles Sanders? Said, y'all are my heroes.
2022 second. Yeah, if I want to win now, I'm doing that. Peace out, 2022 second round.
Yeah.
In a vacuum, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not giving any running back. I'm getting, you know what I mean? Here's 2022 second round. Boom. Hope you hit. Give me Miles Sanders. They're probably frustrated with Miles Sanders. You look at his rest of the season schedule, extremely soft against the run. You know what I mean? He has he has the Giants. They're like in the 20s against the run, right? Then he has the Jets coming up, who right now currently give up the worst. And I think they gave like 21 rushing touchdowns this year.
Oh, and I guess, and you know what? And Ronald just said, I bet you can get something better for that 2022 second. Maybe. And I wonder, what side are you on? Actually, it seems like you would be receiving Miles Sanders. But who else could you get better than that?
I don't know. I'm not getting greedy. I'm just getting Miles Sanders, the guy who's going to be like a strong flex.
Go for it.
I mean? A strong flex with some high upside to, be a RB2 or even like have a blow up RB1 week. You know what I mean? Because we've seen it before with him. He don't really got too much
push.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. And Ronald said, what up, people? Oh, yeah. There we go. And let's see. And Jeff, he said, okay, for sure. I picked up Logan Thomas, put him in to replace Waller. I also have McLaurin at wide receiver. Will it be a good start? Would it be a good idea to start both if I had to?
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
The funnel, the targets are funneled through McLaurin and then whatever tight end they have there. And then every so often, the third look gets a touchdown. You know what I mean? Georgia Carter or fucking, you know what I mean? The random third option. But yeah, that's the only thing that's set in stone over there. He's looking for the tight end and he's looking for McLaurin.
And the Seahawks have been bad on defense. That's also set.
Yeah. And with Curtis Samuel there, that's even just going to open it up more for Logan Thomas underneath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember last year being really big on Logan Thomas because, here comes Ron Rivera, you know what I mean, and Scott Turner, you know what I mean? And even going back to his daddy, Norv Turner, like their feature a tight end, you know what I mean? And the more recent history with the Panthers, it was Greg Olsen was always the guy like you can plug in there, you know what I mean? So, Logan Thomas was one of those big sleepers last year. It was like, boom, he hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he was nowhere really on my radar until week 1. He got like a touchdown. It was like 4 catches. We had like 8 targets or something like that too.
Yeah. Then he had like 2 against the Eagles, something like that. Like, oh no, that was week 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he came out right out the gates.
Yeah.
And David said, can we assume Ridley isn't coming back for the fantasy season? I've come to terms with it that if he comes back, it's a bonus, but why would he want to come back? Like at this point, like we talked about it, how like he's leaving, right now to get away for his mental health. Yeah. I mean, coming
like, what
back.
If he's happy right now? What if he's happy right now? Right? It wouldn't necessarily mean he'd be like, okay, I'm happy. I feel good. Let's go back. You know what I mean? What if he was miserable doing that shit while going up, dealing with whatever he was dealing with? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I just act like, like I have him in 2 of my dynasty leagues, so he's just there. I'm having such a bad year in those leagues that my IR spots are filled up with season-ended guys, right? So I have Calvin Ridley on my bench, but he's there for moral support. You know what I mean? My team, to raise my team morale. You know what I mean? We got to do it for Ridley.
I'm not dropping them. Like, we're not dropping them. We're holding them, like
we can still put him in an IR thing, right? In the redraft. I don't have him in any redraft.
Well, I think every time he goes out, you can, but I don't know if he's on that IR thing still or not. Because I don't know if that was a 3-week thing or what. Maybe. Ronald said I still have him on my IR in 2 leagues, and yeah, definitely wouldn't drop him. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
I guess the only leagues that I have him in are those vampire leagues, and we don't have IR spots.
I'll go on a limb though and say I don't think he comes back. Right? Just like to get a yes or no clean cut answer. I don't think he comes back.
Yeah, I don't think he does either.
Yeah, and I think he even I wonder what this was his contract year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what it is? I mean, Is it crazy to say that he never comes back and plays football again? Like who knows what it is? What's going on?
I remember my Niners. We had this
Coming back to
dude.
play football. He going to get that bag.
I think I'm trying to remember what this dude's name was, man. Bruce something. He was like, he was drafted by my 49ers like second round, and then he got one concussion, and he was just like, I'm done. You know what I mean? It was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, you know, you can do that?
Yeah, I mean, who was the?
I think it was like 2013.
Wasn't it like Rashard Mendenhall who like left early? Like, also.
I remember he left early. I can't remember what the reasons were, but I just remember, you know, we had this dude. He was like had hella hype. You know, he was like he would have been a first rounder. He fell to the second round. We drafted him, and then he got one concussion. And like in the training camp, he was like, "Yeah, I retire."
Yeah, Barry Sanders walked away. Andrew Luck walked away. A couple good examples.
See, but Barry was just they were doing him in wrong. They were doing him wrong because he, you know what I mean. That's what really ultimately he was just like, yo, like when he's like, I'm done. You know what I mean? That sucked too.
Yeah, he's so damn good.
And Andrew Luck too. That's another one. That one, I love neckbeard, bro. You know what I mean? Because you know I'm from the Bay, so I watched him in Stanford, and then like, you know what I mean? I knew he was in Phil Peyton Manning shoes, basically. You know what I mean? Because they had Orlovsky secure him, right? They had Orlovsky play that 1 year. Like, listen, we got to secure this kid.
Hell yeah. Also called quitters.
Right? Hey, you know what's funny though too is like Andrew Luck, he would have been like a cajillionaire, bazillionaire anyway, because he's like a Stanford grad architect. You know what I mean? And I think he actually works too, like in the field.
Yeah, and I mean he comes from money. Like, I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I forget what his dad does, but his dad ended up being like the commissioner of the XFL. Like, that's why it was just funny. Like, oh, what if Andrew Luck converts to the XFL just to go dominate?
Before that, the dad had something to do with the college ball. He was one of the person that made it to the college playoffs. He
played professional sports. The daddy was a quarterback, a backup quarterback.
Okay.
Here we go.
And the Patriots did Andrew Luck, you know, they're like, fucking deflate the balls. So and we're just gonna run it on them. No one's fumbling today.
And Vanessa said, who's the number one back for the Jets? I still think it's Ty Johnson as of now.
Yeah.
Tevin Coleman and T.Y.
It's going to be annoying because it's going to be some type of rotation, but Ty Johnson's going to get the bulk of it.
The passing.
They're going to be they'll be in a negative game script for when it's all said and done. Ty Johnson got more work.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Like Tevin Coleman, he might fall into the end zone because that's what's going to be annoying. Yep. It's like they trust his red zone, you know what I'm saying? But they trust him in the red zone. I mean, he played in the system with the Niners, you know what I mean? It's the same dudes over there.
Yeah.
Mike LaFleur, the other LaFleur brother.
Coop Eagle on Twitch said, what do you guys think about Hunter Henry and Zach Ertz the rest of the season? I like them. I think they're both going to be top 10, tight ends rest of the season.
Yep.
I think Zach Ertz usage as of lately has been good because of who's not on the field. There's no Nuke, there's no Kyler, so everything's just been like short and safe. You know what I mean? He immediately becomes the best option with those guys out, but those guys are coming back. You know what I mean? And Hunter Henry, I feel like when you look at it, just John's been kind of hurt all year too, and the split was like annoying last week. So, but I would say Zach Ertz is someone I would probably be in my lineup more often than not, just because the offense he's attached to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Bill, what up, Bill? Said Devonta Smith, Odell, or Ayuk start 2 non-PPR.
I'm going Devonta Smith and Ayuk.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm going Ayuk and Devonta Smith.
Yeah, those guys are gonna. I mean, Ayuk's, you know what's dope? Because Kittle and Debo, they're getting so much attention, bro. Yep. And now they're just letting him play the snaps. He's out of the doghouse. The snaps show it. He's playing like over 70% every week.
And Ronald in all caps, I am not starting OBJ.
Hey, man, I'm not either. But I feel like this is the game that like I'm going to put him in all my DFSs. I'll say that because that's where it's like I'm willing to take that risk. My season long, I definitely want to see it first. This is the game.
It's so funny because so you guys know I do these starts and sits every single day. So like on Monday, on Tuesday, there were some people who asked about OBJ, and it was amongst like a lot of like very low tier like flex options, you know.
Yeah,
And
so
and
OBJ.
I went OBJ, and I said, but make sure you tap in because my answer could change, you know, over the course of the week. And I feel like the closer we get to the start of the week is like the less I'm gonna say to start OBJ.
For real, like early in the week, I'm like, hell yeah, I like the idea of it, but this is the game script. Like this should be the game script. You know what I mean?
It should be.
Like where there's gonna be throwing the ball a ton. Like even Henderson's valuable because he gets a lot of targets too. Like so, even then, like it's more. They're still passing versus the run more. You know what I mean? Like percentage wise, I like that. You know what I mean? No Woods is a big deal. There's a lot of targets that are gonna be funneled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're not getting funneled to Van Jefferson. I'm curious to see. I mean, he's been there a little bit more than a week now. I wonder how they're going to use him in the red zone. That makes or breaks how I'm going to be.
Because the small sample size of OBJ, we can't really take from it. But what really did happen when they got in the red zone, they went right to Higbee. All of a sudden, Higbee was alive. You know what I mean? Because I guess it's just also Sean McVay's calling these plays the guys he could trust right now. You know what I mean? In the red zone. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, Cup, people are clamping down. Like we're. I mean, he had to catch everything outside the red zone for us. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers is clamping on him.
Yeah,
bracketeers.
And Jonathan, what up, bro? He said I traded Cooks, DK, and CEH for Kelsey and Dylan. Was that an L? No, because Kelsey's the best player there. And he said, who do I flip Kelsey for? No one. You keep Kelsey. You flip whoever else you have at tight end. But no, you keep Kelsey. That's what made it a win.
Overpay me. Someone's gonna overpay me if I ever move Kelsey. Like that's just like, and it'll be right. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. It's such a commanding lead or leg up. There you go. It's a commanding leg up having someone like that, and he's in your tight end spot. He's really a fucking dominant receiver, but he's labeled a tight end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's I mean it's almost a cheat code. And so we got no other questions in here, but before we get out of here, what I gotta ask you guys. So we were talking about this with Iggy. So with his leagues, he kind of did like the hustler leagues where he took the tight end spot away.
Mm-hmm.
You have multiple flex spots, so you can put a tight end in there.
Yep.
I think I'm more leaning on the side of removing the tight end spot, but giving the tight ends an extra like half a point or whatever, making tight end premium, because then the shitty tight ends, it puts them up there with the wide receiver threes.
Look at last week, right? Last minute I switched out in the hustle league, right? Last minute I switched out Adam Troutman for MVS because MVS went crazy. That was the right move, but I also wasn't wrong with Adam Troutman because I'm like, just based on that theory, I'm like, well, you know what? He might catch a touchdown at least, you know what I mean? Or a couple catches, you know what I'm saying? And the catches are already 2 points over there, so it's 2.5. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the only reason I would ever start, like, think about Adam Troutman ever. You know what I mean? Because it's tight end premium. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Wale, he said, do you know anyone who's a professional fantasy player? I mean, I don't know what would classify someone as a professional fantasy player necessarily because there's no, like, professional fantasy leagues.
I think I'd say anything. I don't want to say professional, but if you say profession as in like, you know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker that's getting paid off this shit, then it's all of us. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because we're in big money leagues. You know what I mean? Like I'm in 21 paid leagues. That's a lot of fucking leagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping, you know what I'm saying? We have a solid Christmas and then we ring in the new year with titles. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. And my man Bet Angles said full-time daily fantasy players. Bet Angles, I've been telling you, bro. Hit me up. Shoot me a message. I got something I got to tell you about, bro. Something right up your alley, my friend.
Yes. You get all the money.
Jay Berg, what up, bro? Said, yo, traded Cooks and Bateman for Henry and Cooper. Am I high? What the hell in Dynasty? And where you're talking about, are you talking about Derek? You're talking about Derrick Henry, right? You're not talking about Hunter Henry.
I'm assuming Derrick Henry and Cooper Kupp, and you win. How about that?
Yeah,
I like that sign.
By leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
I mean, because Bateman is awesome. I mean, I gave up Bateman to get D-Hop and Cooper, and I gave up a first round to get D-Hop and Cooper back, and I'm hoping that they both come back for the playoffs for me. But I mean, Bateman, I feel like in Dynasty, he is
he's bait.
Man, I mean, is he?
No, like bait, as in like people will come and get him because he's young and he's attached to Lamar, and people are overpaying for, people are selling on established players to go get Bateman. And then, you know what I mean? Guys like that. Like last year, people were doing this with Jefferson, or this last offseason, people were buying up Jefferson all crazy. You know what I mean? Shit like that. People are going to sell the house on Jamar Chase in this offseason. Like, or not sell the house, but people are going to they're going to sell the house to try to get Jamar Chase and guys like that. Because in Dynasty, that's the allure, right? People are a lot of times people are caught up in that versus trying to win now and like having like a team that's hella balanced. I know this by like some of the startups I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I went hella young and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to win next year. If that.
So last piece. So what do you guys think about that? About the tight end theory? TD, I'll toss that up to you first. Would you consider playing in a redraft league if there was no tight end spot, but there was multiple flexes where you could play a tight end if you chose to because it was tight end and tight end premium?
Long story short, if it was set up like your dynasty league, yeah, I would.
Bogard, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I mean, like if it's a league that I'm commissioning though, I'm probably keeping a tight end though. I always don't like kickers, and you know what I mean. So nowadays, I don't like team defenses as much either. So I know that's probably going to be an adjustment I make in all the leagues I commission, where I just get rid of team defenses altogether, or I add IDPs and get rid of team defense. You know what I mean?
And I feel like, the tight end is turned into those positions. That's really what I feel like. I mean, Kelsey's really the only tight end this year that you drafted, and you're like everyone else, you could be streaming at this point. I mean, George Kittle, you definitely had to stream because of him already. Now Waller, if he's going to be out, he's already missed a game before. Like now you're going to have to be streaming, so there's literally no tight ends. Even Hawkinson, he's doing so bad that he is a streaming tight end as far as the numbers that he's putting up. And most of the time it's bad. So like Kyle Pitts, this year he's all right, but it's only been a couple games where he hit. In the future, it'll probably
next year he's going to be cheaper. And I'm buying him next year.
I think he's still going to be more expensive. I think he's going to be more expensive next year.
Yep.
Recency bias is funny with people though. Like if he finishes out strong, you know what I mean? But also you're right though, because then the tight end landscape is so bum.
Yeah.
He's going to finish in the top 5 regardless this year.
Yeah, and seeing that, the reason why I like the idea of doing the tight end premium, like a guy like Kelsey and maybe those top guys, you're going to pay for them. You're going to get them in the top. But after that, it's almost like you're just going to kind of get in where you fit in. Like you may not even care to get those tight ends who are middle of the road. You may just wait because put them down into the wide receiver 3 territory, things like that. Guys like Hawkinson wouldn't be going as high probably. Maybe they do if people value the tight end like that, but also just adds another little wrinkle, I think, into the whole strategy.
It adds a different, because like here's why I do like keeping a tight end, just from this aspect that like most of the people that I compete with, this is what they're accustomed to. So it's high level competition. You know what I mean? And like because a lot of times people, they don't want to try new shit. People aren't like us where we have these leagues are so diversified. Because I enjoy that. I'm in 21 leagues. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's only like a handful of them that are structured the same. You know what I mean? Like, I think the other leagues are like at least our charity league's dope. The other one I do, it's super simple. 1 QB, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex, 1 tight end, kicker, defense. You know what I mean? Really shallow bench, 14 teams. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? 1 IR. You know
how do y'all feel about doing a high stakes $1,000 league?
I'm all about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that there's already been 1 or 2 people that hit me up about doing a high stakes league. So, yeah, that'll be one of those ones.
Would you do a high stakes dynasty?
Nah.
I'd probably just do redraft.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like something like that. I just like redraft more than dynasty. I feel like that's really what it is. Because in dynasty, I catch myself like wanting to go too much for the future, and like, that's not really good for my pockets. Is what it is. I mean, I like playing in
the
dynasty
leagues that the ones that I jumped in. So I have 4 dynasty. No, yeah, I have 4 now because I did co-manage one with Steamboat, but so I have the 4, and I feel good. I feel good about these ones because it's a great group of guys. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers is like, all right, like 2 of them. We're going to be going in year 3 next year. You know what I mean? Then I started a couple this year, like the one I started the Hustle one, the Hustler 7. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be fun, bro, because it's a good group of dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that definitely makes or breaks it, but that's also why I didn't do like high buy-ins like at all. Like both of those dynasty leagues, I mean, the
like
first
$80.
Yeah, like the first ones, I mean, they were more than 100. I think like the first 3 or 4 that we did, they were more than 100. But then everyone after that, it between 80 and $50, it's more for fun than anything. We're all in a bunch of leagues, so but I am down to get a high stakes league or 2 going next year, but definitely doing them redraft.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and get ready too, because especially how we're going to be caking off the Super Draft Pro. I mean, I'm already planning a 2022, like a big, like, it's funny because I always wanted to do it at Caesar's Palace too. So maybe we have an in there where we get some discounts or something, but like where we bring everyone from the league goes out there. We get one of like the lofts or whatever the hell you call those, but one of the penthouses, in Caesar's. Maybe it's only for like 2 days that we're actually there, but craziest experience, and 12 guys can fit into those lofts that they have, like 4 bedrooms or whatever the hell they are. 4 rooms.
I'm a grown ass man too, and my girl loves Vegas, so I'll probably have, and we get suites out there and shit. So I'll definitely be out there. You know what I mean? I won't sleep with 12 other men though. You know what I mean? But I'm partying there, and I'll have a place I can dip off to and crash. You feel me?
What's going to be huge for content is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like really, that's what it is. Like the whole draft process, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah. We got to have a day. We got to have dress code days. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Draft day, everybody's suited.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When a motherfucker gets drafted, right? He's wearing the ill suit, right? You know what I mean? I'm saying that.
And there we go. What did Bill say here? One of my leagues got rid of kickers. Instead, you get an extra flex. It could be a tight end. Yeah, that's what I did with a bunch of leagues that I'm in. I told them, let's just get rid of kickers. I did that in my home league. Get rid of kickers. Got an extra flex spot in there.
Kickers piss me off the most because it's like the most like fluky as shit. Like motherfuckers. There was motherfuckers that had New England's defense and Nick Folk that night and just like put up a 50 burger. That's so like, and you have fucking a lineup with CMC and fucking all these motherfuckers.
This past week, they said was like the most missed field goals they ever had in a weekend before, I believe is what they said. Mm-hmm. And okay, so here comes some news from Ed Warder. Said the Cowboys will consider providing Zeke time off to heal his knee injury he's been managing, including the possibility of holding him out of next Thursday's game in New Orleans.
Damn.
Trade for Pollard. Go trade for Pollard if you can. If the trade deadline is still there, your trade deadline hasn't passed, go get it. But yeah, Zeke.
I only have a few Zeke shares, but they're in teams where I'm dominating.
And if he only misses 1 week and that's just the rest to get him better, I mean, by all means, we need him for the playoffs more than we need him for week 12.
Yeah.
If I had Austin Eckler, I would be trying to sell him off too.
For what reason?
Because he's volatile, his injury history.
I'm riding that thing till it's done. He's he's a number 2 running back. You don't just come off of him. I think he's like number 1 still in fantasy, right?
You will come off him for Najee and
Oh yeah, that's different. Najee plus.
It depends on what offers out there, but man, it would have.
You're right. You're right though. In a vacuum, I said no, but you're right. Depending on what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Wherever I have Austin Eckler,
it's got to be Najee or Jonathan Taylor, somebody with a great playoff schedule that's gonna get 20, 25 to 30 carries.
And you know what too? If I'm in a position where I'm already smacking, I look like I'm be setting the playoffs, and I have Eckler, I might do that flip for Jonathan Taylor to have Jonathan Taylor for the stretch. Hold on, what's Indy's run? What's their schedule look like the rest of the way? Because that's actually interesting.
They got one of the best playoff schedules. I think it's like top 3. They green bean. Basically, I call it green bean. They green bean.
Yeah. They finna eat. I mean, because I know it's like on paper, this is a bad week this week. But you know what I'm saying? But Jonathan Taylor's also one of those guys you don't worry about him. Like
if anyone who has Jonathan Taylor, they're not coming off him. We already know that.
Not for Austin Eckler?
I only have Jonathan Taylor in one place, and I'm not trading him for Austin Eckler.
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah, I was saying it would have to be Austin Eckler plus.
Yeah, so they got the Bucks, then they got the Texans, then the Patriots, and the Cardinals, and then the Raiders.
So he could eat on the Patriots too through the air, and then that's one of those they can't stop him. That line's too good too. It's a pretty soft schedule.
What up, Devin? He said, "What up, guys? Took Zeke and Pollard in the draft. Yeah, smart man.
Shit.
Yep.
There we go. It's hard to hold a guy like Pollard.
Yeah.
When
I dropped him in a super flex because I was holding on to Trey Lance, like hoping like she's like this probably like 4 or 5 weeks ago. You know what I mean? When Zeke was like eating, and I was like, man, this guy's gonna get like 8-10 touches a game, man. I'm just gonna get rid of him. Somebody swooped him up immediately, obviously. I've just been holding on to him. And oh man, that's why I was like, fuck. When whoever broke that news broke it to me.
Yeah. Ed Warder ruining
shout
dreams.
To Ed Warder.
All right. So yeah, you guys are getting all the breaking news here. That's why you guys tap in. Oh shit, Antonio got Pollard in WWF 6. There we go.
Nice.
And Ronald said week 12 is over. Week 12 has just begun, my friend. Get ready. Yeah, I mean, unless all your players played in those 3 games, I guess that's possible.
Man, I'm mad because this Tony Jones, like I had. How about this? In that hard to start super flex, I had hella Bills guys, right? I had Josh Allen. I have Diggs. Then I have Dawson Knox, and then I picked up Breida, and I had Breida in there, and I'm like, you know what? Let me get some action on the other side. I throw in Tony Jones. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to be way too heavy too. That would have been just ridiculous. But I literally would have had everybody in there. I had him slotted in there too. And I took him out right before the game. I was like, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean?
And last question for Vanessa, since she's a YouTube member. So what's up with Mitchell in your experience? Do you think he's playing this week? We'll toss that to you, Bogey.
I mean, if he's a full go, he's playing. You know what I mean? They keep being limited. And that's just something like those game time decision things. I mean, what is it called in practice? He's seen only holding the ball with the other hand. You know what I mean? So that's a tell. Like he's not even fooling with securing it on his surgically repaired finger.
And there we go, Antonio. He said, I sat Sanders in Stu's league. Thanks for the advice, Hustler, even though I'm facing you. I told you I'm keeping unbiased. And even if you're playing me, I want your best foot forward because then there's no excuses when
What did Sanders put up? Like 6 points because of the fumbles?
It was bad. It was like 5 or 6. It was something like that. Single digits. All right. We're getting up out of here. Bogard, tell everybody where to find you at.
Hey, you can find me at the GMM Network on YouTube and on IG and soon to be Facebook. I forgot that's part of my mission. I just totally bailed on that. Make a Facebook mission a minute ago. I just thought about it now. But yeah, you know what I mean? You find me here every day. And you know what I mean? Shit. Saturday night. That's my next gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Saturday night tips.
Yes.
And Juke Collier. He said, has there been an update on Swift yet? He's day to day as of right now. We don't know too much, but
that's great fucking news though.
Yeah, he might not miss any time.
Yeah.
They got the long the long ones. And we'll let go ahead, TD, tell them where to find you at.
So guys, I'm gonna just keep it real simple and quick. Go follow me on all social media platforms, Fantasy Good Sports, no spaces, and also guys, go follow me on OnlyFans. And you only $10 a month. You're gonna be grandfather claused in for life because that price will be rising. I'm a growing channel, so guys, go tune in for $10 a month and get your trade and your stars and sits and any kind of information that you need for us in fantasy football answered on my OnlyFans. Fantasy Good Sports is in the description, and just go follow my channel too if you haven't already.
There we go. And Jeff, he said, which tier of Patreon is best if you want to help me with my lineup the rest of the year versus my opponents, waiver wires, trades, etc. Currently third, but I want to win it all. So I'm going to say get on one of the top 2 tiers, either the all access tier or the ultimate supporter tier. Really, the ultimate supporter tier is where you want, because literally give out my cell phone number in that one to where you can actually get a hold of me, like if I'm doing a live stream, something like that. So yeah, that's the ultimate access right there. So get on one of those 2. And right now we're doing, if you get signed up right now on Black Friday, we're doing, so you get 3 times the entries on whatever you sign up on. So if you get on the highest one, you'll go see what it is. You get you get 1 entry for every $1 of the tier that you're on. And if you sign up for the annual membership, you get times 2. So you get signed up on the annual right now, you're 6 times in your tickets, like in there. It's just going to be an insane amount of tickets for you. So make sure you go get on that right now. It's patreon.com/FFHustler420, or just go to fantasyfootballhustler.com. That's where you can go follow me on, go hit up Patreon there. It's the top link. Go follow me on all social media. Hit up Instagram. We're doing a Matt Judon college jersey giveaway. Everyone who follows on Instagram, between right now and 1,420 members, we're like less than 400 away from that right now, gets in on that. And go hit me up on the podcast. Go leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, guys, before we get out of here real quick, guys, if you go sign up on any of our Super Draft Pros, we will be doing private games where we will invite y'all in to play against us on the Super Draft app. So if you sign up and we only gonna do it on certain shows. You're gonna listen. Sign up right now. You'll automatically get an invite to the next opening football, or even after football season, NBA games. So, but it's only going to be on certain shows. So today, as in right now, if you sign up on the Super Draft Pro for a money tier, starting with the $5 or $25 tier, we will invite you into a game tonight for $1. I'm willing to do it, Hustle. You willing to do that?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. So we got basketball coming up tonight.
Yep. So if you sign up, we will invite you into a game between me, Bogard, and Hustler. But it's only if you do it tonight. That's only for tonight. But we will be doing this in the future too.
Yeah, so do it right now. The links are in the descriptions of all of our channels. Mine is sdhustler.com. TD's got his in the description. We threw it in the chat earlier, and same with Bogart. So go get on it right now. We're going to be doing a lot of things like this where we're doing just private giveaways, and you got to be signed up on a membership. And we're going to be doing giveaways for jerseys and all types of merch, like a lot of different things like that. A bunch of us coaches, we're going to be coming in together, pulling some funds and getting really dope giveaways. And football's going all the way through the Super Bowl. That's why you got to get on Super Draft Pro right now. So go hit it up.
Yep. Right.
All right. We're out. Peace out, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Peace.